a circle deck. I haven't used a circle deck in a while. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Dharma, and this is going to be a daily for you. It's tarot, it's channeling, it's Norman, it's intuition, it's fairies, it's fun. All right. Chat will go wild, I am sure, so please do participate in that. Also introduce yourself over on Facebook on the Raven's Nest. The link for that is in the box below. We do the shenanigans and all of the fun. Alrighty, and the way that I channel is I'm going to do several different stories, and one of the stories or all of the stories might resonate for you. Also, I'm going to get into a whole big thing about how, like, I channel. If you hear me say you might this or you might that, that's the download. Everything else is just fluff, okay? I hear the downloads and somehow or other I turn it into a story. It's my little super sideshow that I do. I don't have any tribe news. I still have slots for mukbangs available. Believe it or not, I do. Also, we call them mukbangs that nobody has ever eaten. So far, in the whole year that I've been doing the mukbangs, we've never fucking ate one time. We might have chocolate or coffee. No, it's dirty. That's what it is. No, I didn't dye my hair. It is dirty. That's what's up. But I don't really wash and blow dry my hair every single day. It falls out. And you're not supposed to do that. I think that's my justification. Okay. Why is it only showing one at a time? That's odd. There we go. Hello, hello. Hi, Colby. I was talking about you on members. It's true because I can't fucking see. They tried to sell me bifocals and then called me ma'am. It wasn't a good day. Okay. I'm using my iPad and I took off that screen so that the camera's good again, and it's really close and I can see all of the messages. So I want to see the live chat. Thank you, whoever sent that. Who sent that? Southeastern Soul Tribe. Very cool. Thank you. Much appreciated. Woof. All right, I guess we're going to get started. The Lamb. Why was I talking about you? Because it's funny. Because I said something about a dude with blue eyes with a jawline for days. And I'm like, every time that comes out, I talk to Colby. It's true. Because it's true. There we got a lamb and a bear. Might as well just, Panda, you might as well just leave. Okay. Just because the bear came out doesn't mean that's good. All right. The bear and the lamb. So we have feels like as though the lion fell in love with the lamb. But at the same time, it feels like this bear is like looking at this lamb. And the lamb's like, I'm a lamb. You know what I mean? Like they... I don't know what their problem is. Or, I mean... Fucking swans. I'm so sick and tired of seeing the fucking Phoenix. Listen, Phoenix. Okay, for an entire week now, every single time that I have pulled cards, the Phoenix comes out. Where they at, though? is this the rebirth of us, or is it the rebirth of something? Because the lotus of life might be relevant. I don't know why, but it feels like it is. Like it really, really is. I don't know why. The flower of life is like sacred geometry. It doesn't end. It's the song that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friends. One day I started singing something, 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 something. But the thing about this is that this feels like the never-ending story. Da, 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 da. But you have a bear and a lamb. Like, that doesn't seem like a fucking pair that may be the Hierophant. I don't think it matters what it looks like. The devil. Two of Pentacles, King of Cups, Six of Cups. Ugh. Emperor. It feels like you have all these ravens putting up these boundaries, right? Where they are building these brick walls around ourselves. And I don't want to say that that's a good thing to do. Only because how in the fuck are everybody wants love, but nobody wants to let anybody in? That makes no sense. And it feels like you have this emperor, okay? And this particular emperor might have defined pecs. For a dude. And they want to get past your barrier, I guess. I mean, it's kind of the same image. You're talking about the bear who is aggressive. This person could be really, really hairy. And you're just like, I feel like maybe the thing here is about the fact that the bear is the aggressor and the lamb. See, I'm trying to take the animalistic nature out of it because a bear would fucking eat a lamb all day. Even though they usually prefer berries, you know, if they gotta get a little protein in them, they're gonna. But at the same time, it's like they both. Maybe the lamb is innocent because they don't see this coming. They don't realize what in the actual F is happening or why this bear is being so aggressive. It doesn't even necessarily have to be aggressive. Like, if you're just minding your own business and you're a lamb and you look over and a bear is coming at you, your first instinct is to try to build a brick shelter. But that's just how a bear walks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see them coming and you're like, oh, fuck, I need to do something about that. Temperance. Seven of Swords. Two of Cups. The Empress. It's almost like whoever this is had attempted to drown out this raven. by way of trickery or deceit or getting them to, it's like, sure, come into the swamp, you'll be just fine. And then turns out that the intention was to, this is not good intentions. But what they don't know is that this raven is a fucking shapeshifter. This feels like some mean girl shit where maybe someone tried to diminish your flame. If you're the feminine watching this, maybe somebody, all right, I mean, it could be like talking shit or talking smack or something like that. You'll have to get a private reading at dharmajane.com, Jay. Completely shapeshifted. And it feels like maybe they had bad intentions because they thought they could sink you. They thought that if they said the right thing to the right person or started rumors or whatever, they thought you were a lamb. They thought you were prey. They thought that they could chew you up and spit you back out. They thought. But they fucking thought wrong. She's a shapeshifter. She turned, it's like she like shifted back into a person and stood up. And there's something about that that makes this other person crumble. Like this bear coming at this lamb only to find out that's no lamb at all. She's fucking a South African poacher who just so happens to have a commission out for a big, lovely bear skin. I will call myself officially successful the day that I have a full pelt king-size blanket. That will be the day that I said that I arrived, and a fireplace. That's not easy. You don't get the blanket without the fireplace. I think that they probably were shocked. Maybe this other person with these bad intentions, they liked seeing this one drown a little bit. They like seeing them helpless. They like seeing them without a life preserver. But a shift has happened here. This is no lamb. She's a whole fucking shape-shifting empress. They done messed with the wrong bitch. The Lovers, Ace of Swords, the Fool, Ten of Pentacles, and the Hermit. This could be like 5 o'clock. Here we have the owl again. We always have the owl reference. This is a King of Swords. Emperor. Maybe this one thought that you like fell off your rocker a little bit. It would be the equivalent of like the whole of the last 2 years when I started getting sicker and sicker and sicker, rather more and more and more deficient. And I got poofy and I started like, none of my fucking clothes fit. Okay, I had to switch to the scrubs with the stretchy pants, right? Because the drawstring ones wouldn't go over my ass anymore, right? And they're like, yeah, there you go. Back down to your level. That's exactly right. And then she's like, whoosh. You got this bad bitch in town. She was, whoa. Got me fucked up in the head. I'm talking, whoa. And now they're like, well, you have Emperor and Empress. And they're like, come land on my... It didn't, because this is a queen of rods. This could just be the one going, talking shit to everyone that will listen. To anyone and everyone that will listen. And this emperor listened. It feels like they definitely listened and lost themselves an empress along the way. Who the fuck wants to trade in an empress for a queen of rods? And so they haven't been saying anything. They're just kind of like creeping around and watching and shit. Tell me about this dynamic between the emperor and empress. This is like, this emperor has this like boyish like charm. But they like puff out. This could be a Libra male. Oh, that's so crazy. I was just thinking about you. It could even be that this one was trying to date a queen of rods and she sunk them. The olive branch, truce. You have a strong connection with this person and they want to call a truce. Let's call a truce. Can we call a truce? And have an adventure? There's something about this particular emperor that has staying power. I don't know what I mean by that. You've got recognition here twice. 3 times. Well, what's the recognition? Like, what do they recognize? That you're an empress? Don't you think it's a little too late for that? I don't even necessarily... Where the fuck is the tattoo tarot? I don't even necessarily... Fuck. Raphael, the forgiving god. Restoration of life. Protection from adversaries. This talks about love and forgiveness. What's the recognition? It's too late to apologize. It's too late. 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 4 of Rods. I mean, it feels like this one has the itch. All right, they, you know, to see somebody, to go hang out. They probably have water in their chart. Or air. And they're looking at her like she's fully abundant. She comes out as the Empress every time. Who's the Queen of Rods? Somebody else. That they're like disappointed in now. Bro, what the fuck? We got something like that on the moons and I don't want to deal with it. I don't care. Nobody gets to go out and be like, well, why don't you just sit there on hold while I give this gal a test drive? No. Empresses don't sit on hold for anyone. Are you new here? People be like, oh, will you hold on just for a minute? Or can I put you on hold for a minute? I'm like, no. And then hang up. I swear to God. Anytime, even like the doctor's office, they'll be like, will you hold? I'm like, no. No, I will not. The Emperor. Oh my God. Emperor and Empress. Emperor and Empress. Emperor and Empress. It feels like I seem to have found myself Ace of Cups free this evening. Hey, pretty mama, let me whisper in your ear. You're like, oh, the wait is over then, huh? Alright. This person reaching out to you is a Tower because they have bad intentions or had bad intentions. We don't even know if bad intentions is the right word. It feels like they wanted to fucking do whatever they wanted to do and they did not consider how you felt about it under any circumstances. Emperor. And now they're like, yeah, oops. Oops, I did it again. Played with your heart. Got lost in the game. Ooh, baby, baby. There's heavy Libra energy here. Or you have a formal contract with this person. This masculine is fighting with every single woman in their life. Mothers, sisters, daughters, girlfriends, fans. They all hate them. Okay, so what's the point? What's the actions? Who cares? So they just like put it out there. It feels like there's no beating around the bush. There's no how's the weather. There's no like none of that. They don't know whether or not you're going to say yes or no. No. Hearth and home. Family. This emperor may have betrayed their empire. The emperor that betrayed their own empire. And now they're like, whoops. They betrayed their empress. Hard. So it's just, I mean, if anything, it just feels like a conversation. And the thing is that this is an emperor who screwed up really bad. And it feels like they're nonchalant about it. Which, that's a no-no. What is the rest of this? Oh, I haven't used this deck in a while. You know what I mean? It feels like they come in and they're like, yeah, I know I hurt you, but anyway, what's for dinner? And you're like, Three of Swords. There's also this other indication that, about the emperor who betrayed their own empire. It feels like for a good time. Three of Swords. Was it worth it? It feels like the other thing about this Empress being a shapeshifter is that she knows. She probably maybe saw it, intuited it, went and literally saw it, okay? Got visual confirmation of fuck shit, and said as much. There's no denying it now. So they want to. See, they come in their fucking bear suit. Don't come at me in a bear suit. Don't. Hermit, 7 of rods. Feels like this person has been gone for a long time. Playing fucking Chutes and Ladders. And every time they thought that they were crawling up a little bit, they were actually knocking down the ladders behind them. So they're like, here's my pentacle. That is a fucking pathetic Ace of Pentacles if I ever saw one. So you're talking to an emperor who betrayed their own empire, and they give you a pathetic Ace of Pentacles. Megan. They might tell you to close your eyes, and you're like, and come to find out it's this. It's like they come across as the octopus, right? 10 of Pence. And they want all these, like, babies to crawl all over them and to, like, praise them or whatever. And they want to keep hold of all of it with their sticky tentacles. Except the thing is about these particular octopi, blue rings are not a natural occurrence in animals unless they're poisonous. Those octopi with the blue circles, okay, if you were to look that up, they are, I think, the most venomous creatures on the planet. I think you have, like, if you get bit by one, you have, like, a couple steps before the toxicity takes over. That's what they want. Is to, whoa, did you see that fucking cat-like reflexes? But, yeah. See, this is my point. Look at how aggressive they're coming in. And it doesn't necessarily have to be aggressive, like, angry bear. But like I said, when a grizzly comes up at you, you immediately have to brace yourself. Jack and Diane. This person comes out as the cat, which is like, a cat doesn't give a shit about anything. And they also don't care how you feel about that. Not even a little. Not even a little. All right. Yeah. Let's get off this story. Because it feels like you're just like, you're trying to weigh the decision between heart and head. Head and heart. Blindfolded so you have no bias. And what is your ultimate decision in this? Oh, fuck. I don't know. They keep coming out as the King of Swords and the Bear. I mean, it is a head over heart decision because you keep showing up as having loving feelings for them. So how in the world are you supposed to... What the heck is this? Crystal too. Feels like, well, against my better judgment. All right, this is going to be another time. Is Milo here? Hi, Milo. No, Angel, I don't think we are. I think that they did at first do that, and then that's why the shapeshift had to happen. They were trying to do that, and they were drowning that raven, and then come to find out she's a shapeshifter and took her fucking power back. And she's a whole ass empress. So I think that the collective is, because the stories have been coming out like this. Because for like months and months it came out where we're like, well, you know, we have needs to, blah, blah, blah. And then now it's coming out to where we're like, yeah, what did I tell somebody this morning? Yeah, I got a fucking toy from Adam and Eve that will do the exact same job, and it doesn't talk back. Ever. So your presence is not necessarily necessary. And I think it took a long time for us to get there because, you know, it is the time of the Empress because we didn't do that for a while. It was the view of the Empress was wrong. It was, well, I'm an Empress and I deserve to be loved on. So I'll let them try and then decide later if they don't come correct. But then I at least still get some. But that's not the way that it should be. A person shows you who the fuck they are in the first like 20 minutes that you know them. And if you're gonna just slide on the rose-colored goggles, I got nothing. So it's about we're being stronger now. That doesn't mean that people aren't going to still offer it. You know what I'm saying? So if you are, you know, because I'm reading about collective energy. And so somebody might potentially come up and fucking offer you that shit. But your job is to not. Right? So heads up, you might be getting a shady offer. But I don't even necessarily know that it's like shady. It feels like this is somebody that you care about. I mean, the Ace of Cups came out several times. And like I'm saying, like, it doesn't always have to be like they didn't choose you over the third party or whatever. You guys could have like broken up. And they dated other people. And they're like, yeah, that was dumb. And then they want to get back together because that is three people, but that's not technically a third party. Does that make sense? So we don't have to trash up and Jerry Springer everything. Okay. Because some of us are vanilla as fuck. All right? Typically when the third party comes out for me and it resonates is because it's me and two of my kids. And they're not nice to me. All right, this is later. Another time frame. High Priestess. Somebody might feel really pretty and might smell like butterflies, even though I don't think butterflies smell like anything. Flowers, maybe. Ooh, it could be late. I just got a crazy like wave of I'm ready to go to bed. It could just be a long robe or like some kind of pretty dress or like a nightgown or something. And it feels like you see a person and you wrap yourself all the way around them. Whoever this is, you do the clutching and this person is thick and sturdy and solid like an oak, and you wrap all the way up around them. See, and here we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. And I think that what's coming out in between them is the Two of Swords, and look at those ravens that are with her, right? And I think what's happening here is that you have the option to go and do this. To absolutely wrap up around a man tree. But the Queen of Swords is asking you to choose Two of Swords. Do you want to be the Queen of Swords or do you want to be the Queen of Pentacles? Like, because if you have Seven of Pentacles, waiting, Three of Swords, heartbreak, Seven of Cups, confusion, that might be what will come with this. And if you want to be the Queen of Pentacles, this is not how you get that. You have to work together. It feels like you're just sitting around daydreaming, like he loves me not. He loves me not. You're just fantasizing, Emperor. Seven of Swords. And the Lovers. And it feels like they get this bright idea. I don't want to say that. But it feels like they're like, well, if we were to just make a family, then there wouldn't have to be a choice. But I don't want to go there. The Chariot, Seven of Swords, Eight of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Five of Wands. God damn. See, and this is your guides, and the Raven's coming out. Like, if this card is called the Unknown, but she's looking at you like you're a Raven. You can see into the whatever, into the abyss. Are you really confused? It just feels like I keep hearing, but I'm confused, and it feels like because the way this person talks to you and holds you and loves you and whatever does not match up with what it is that you actually want. Somebody was on here the other day talking about some women stay for the sex because it's really, really, really good. But that's not love. That's lust. And it feels like you have to give up lust in order to love yourself. Oh, God. Death. When you wish upon a star. Mm-hmm. The Devil in the Moon. That is... Eight of Wands, Nine of Cups. I don't know who this is. So... See, here it is again. You're at this crossroads. You're like, okay, if I say no to this, because it's not entirely what I want, it's over for good. But if I take it, at least I get, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like necessarily somebody is settling. I know that's how I'm painting the story, but I'm having a hard time trying to translate the feeling, because you're talking about one night. So what, you go and jump on a rusty but trusty, that means you're no longer an empress and can't move on with your life? What the fuck am I talking about here? Is that what that means? I don't think so. But I think she's like, well, I mean, like, there's not a chance I'm gonna marry this dude, but also I haven't hung out with human beings in like 6 months, and if you don't let your Sims hug anybody, your Sims dies. So maybe I'll go and climb up a man tree. Fuck it, why not? But this is a romantic ending, even if you don't think it's gonna be. Okay, so this person comes out as the cat 3 times. They don't want you to know that they're lonely. They don't want you to know that. I think that's why they're reaching out in the first place. Communication with your swan. And that's probably why you want to go and crawl all the way up on them, because they are a swan of yours. And if you're new to the tarot, or Lenormand, swans are soulmate, twin flame, the one, a pair of things, blooming love, and a deep soul connection. They could be an air sign. And I feel like you're like, I miss them. Well, before we even, like, because I'm like, well, you've already decided it's not going to go anywhere. But what is it for some people, not the entire collective? Wow. Knight of Rods, Ace of Rods, the Hierophant. Them feeling all kinds of ways. The Star. 5 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so it feels like the relationship with this person is 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 4 steps forward, 1 step back, 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. It's not like stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. It's go back, go back, go back, go back. So you are making progress, but if you think that you're going to get 5 paces, once you get to 5 paces, you're going to get kicked back 2. This may have been progressing for a really long time. And so they're like, what do you say? Seven of Swords. So I've pulled twice now, and we have 7 of Swords coming out twice with 2 different readings with 2 different people. The fuck kind of energy are you attracting? Or does the 7 of Swords mean that maybe there's nothing wrong with them, but you're lying to yourself? You're taking maybe I'll play with them tonight, but not tomorrow. You are kidding yourself. You are fooling yourself. It feels like every time you hang out with this person, the 7 of Swords comes out and you're both single. So what does that mean? Somebody's lying. Somebody isn't Seven of Swords. So whether somebody is, whether it's you or whether it's them, somebody's fucking kidding themselves here. And that is a damn shame. Can we get a sign for who they are? Or, okay, they could have Aries in their chart. They could have an animal with them. They could have longer hair. They could have hand tattoos. Emperor. They just don't want you to know that they're lonely. The Judgment is Ace of Cups, Ace of Coin, Ten of Coin. It just feels like that's my point. It feels like they, whoever you're talking to here, they want you to crawl up on them and squeeze around your man tree. But at the same time, oh my God, I cracked open the deck again. The Seven of Swords. Can we, what is the Seven of Swords? Is it, are we kidding ourselves or are they doing stupid shit? They're keeping secrets. They're doing cleanup time, meaning this person has done something in their life. And whether or not it was for you is, you know what I mean? Like they did something in order to get to you, be with you, whatever, whether it was that or something else. Feels like this entire thing was premeditated for days in order to get to you. Nine of Swords, Four of Cups, Empress, Ace of Wands. This is not the first reading where I've got that somebody might just be like, well, why don't we just start a family? Six of Cups. I mean, Ace of Cups in the Tower, Two of Cups. Because I think that part of you is like, wow, I certainly was not expecting you. It feels like I wrote you off as if you were never going to come back. Hey. That's why you might be like, And I think that the Seven of Swords keeps coming out is because it's like you're kidding yourself. If you think that it feels like this is like someone you were like, well, maybe I won't, I'm not gonna because they don't want what I want. And maybe they're a fucking liar, and they do. They just are so aloof and so egotistical that they can't say that they want a relationship because that makes them a wiener. You know, Seven of Swords. Six of Cups. Stop it. Just heard ask and you shall receive. Maybe you asked for it. Maybe you have subconsciously called this person in because you were just thinking about them. And so they show up. King of Cups. Their intention here is to completely smooth over the situation. And I just feel like it shocks the fuck out of you who it is. You certainly weren't expecting that. I don't think you were expecting that person at all. They might not even have been on your radar for a while because you wrote them off. All right, and this is going to be right before we come back. I'm probably going to come back in the morning because we don't have a moons to do in the morning. Ace of Cups. Piper. Looking forward to the future. Somebody might be listening to music, singing, dancing, twirling around, having a really good morning, just getting after it. Las Gunas down to clown around all the time. I feel like there's somebody working in your corner and you might not know it. It feels like there's an older person and they're like whispering into the ear of this one. Like, you want that one. What the fuck are you waiting for? And they're all, I don't know. And here's this, they absolutely shocked the fuck out of you. Ace of Cups. Seven of Swords. I feel like somebody honks at you. I'm so tired of seeing the fucking Seven of Swords coming out. I don't even want to play cards anymore. I'm like, what do they shock you with? And I get the Ace of Cups. And I'm coming home to the place where I belong. Eight of Wands. I'm just so like, I don't understand what that means. Why is it the Ace of Cups? Why is it? How because you don't fucking believe them? Because they want to heal, and you're all. This could be an Aquarius. Church. They could bring you flowers. Actual, real flowers. And they might have news about, like, a new beginning for you guys. That's why I'm like, what? Because it does shock you. I think that maybe that's their way to get back in or something, is they have this way for you guys to... It almost feels like, look, we both have done stupid shit, whatever. What if we do total clean slate and start completely over? Completely over. I mean, it feels like move to a new town, change phone numbers, all that shit. And you're like, you would seriously do that? And they're like, mm-hmm. That's their olive branch. Complete clean slate. Somehow or other, somebody that's into you sees this and they do something to, I guess it's like get your attention, but it feels more like it would be the equivalent of, okay, something like this, maybe not this, but something like this, right? You're standing outside talking to somebody who is like a dude, and somebody else drives by and wah, 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 and you're all, and this other person is like, okay, who was that? And you're all, Ace of Cups. You don't want to tell them that the love of your life just drove by. You can't say that. You're all, I don't know. People be crazy. And all the light bulbs turn on all at once. And then they get real, like, I mean, it's defensive. But it also feels like they are going to win this. Like, you're not... They're not going to compete because they've already won. So, and it feels like they, like, put you under their wing. And maybe they might even, like, stand in front of you. And you're like, will you calm the fuck down? It's jealousy. But I don't know what in the world that one honking is honking at you for. Other than to cause fucking problems. Because they're into you too. They did that on purpose. Feels like you attract childish men. I went outside, okay, minding my own business. Just so happened the Viking was standing across the street. Dude busts out laughing. Like loud enough to where I could have heard it all the way down the road. And I'm like, I'm in my head going, oh my God, is that dude fucking like laughing at me because I walked outside of my fucking house and I heard really loud just to get your attention. A white rabbit. That's exactly what that was. I didn't look. Doesn't matter. It's not like I could have seen. Okay. I only wear my glasses when I don't need them. When I actually need to view people, I don't seem to ever have them on me. The only reason I even knew that they were over there is because he laughed that fucking loud. Feels so like something like that. Just something to get your attention to do the bothering. What is the intentions of the cross? Phoenix. Fucking Phoenix. I'm going to start flipping the desk every time I see a Phoenix now. Do you understand? This person might have tools on them all the time. Actual tools. And they get this, like, gnosis that you're about to get put into a birdcage. See what I'm saying? It's one thing for them to be around or whatever and see you hanging out by yourself all the time. It's another thing when they drive by and see somebody else getting ready to close that door. Oh, we're not going to have that. No, that's not going to happen. The fuck do you think you're doing? Okay. Thank you, Karina. This is a friend of yours. And you're going to be hearing from them within a couple of days. The 7th might be relevant. Snowflake. They have a pattern. And you know exactly what their pattern is. They could be a Leo. Autumn Kara. This is your fucking bestie. It would be the equivalent of you standing with an ex in your yard and your best friend drives by like, what are you doing? And you're all, nothing. Nothing to see here. You need to leave. Okay. I'm just saying. All right, one more before we come back. Death. Ace of Cups. I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Nine of Cups. It feels like something gets, you see how I just was like, nope, and put it away? It feels like you were on the fence about whether or not you were going to officially end something or stop doing something or whatever. And then all of that extra comes in and you're like, nope. And you do it. Thank you so much, Karina. Block. Six of Cups. Because it looks like they're just being extra and you're like, okay, bye. All right, can you get one card, please, for how we're going to be leaving the next 24 and 36, and then I am done with the tarot for the day. I've been reading since 7 o'clock this morning. Nine of Rods. So you're absolutely 1,000% blocking off someone who's manipulative. They can have really long hair. You know that they're manipulative. It's like they don't even try to hide it. It's like they're like, hey, let me in. And then you let them in. And then they sit on your couch and eat your food and text their girlfriend right in front of you. That's not even manipulative. That's fucking vindictive and awful. And it feels like we're all doing the shape-shifting. Like, see ya. Wasn't I talking about that the other day? Where the ex was like, you can't tell me what to do. You can't boss me around. I'm not going to do what you want me to do. And you're like, okay, but I can close the door. Yoink. Deuces. And then there was silence in the land. Who wants to listen to a grown-ass fucking man say it's not their job? Who wants to be at a job listening to someone else who's working there saying it's not my job? Nobody hates the person more than the one that says it's not my fucking job. And then you want to have a whole grown-ass man come up into a relationship and say they shouldn't have to respect you or treat you right or do anything. Like, that's not my job. Well, then fucking move so it can be someone else's job. You don't get to come up here and be a paperweight. Either come and be productive or fucking leave. End of story. And it feels like that sits them on their ass a little bit because that is quite straightforward. Three of Swords, Five of Cups, the World. You're like, I'm done being disappointed by you. It feels like I have enough experience to know that fucking with you means that I'm going to be disappointed. Which is why I closed the door. I'm not confused. And they might spy on you and act ridiculous, but who cares? It's not like they're going to be able to get a hold of you. You have them blocked. So they can sit over there and stew all they like. You don't need to know about their stewing. And you are headed straight forwards towards a healthy hearth and home. It feels like that's the plan. That's what you're sticking with, and that's where you're going. Repairman. You might find a place that you want really bad, but it needs to be totally gutted. It's like right before we come back, you are in symphony, in harmony with this person. Phoenix, the cross. The letters S and R might be relevant. The emerald. The repairman. They'll do anything. You're going to get the recognition and you're going to be put on your way toward the castle. I don't know what I mean by that. The marriage. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you tomorrow for sure. Till next time, bye.